Hey, good morning, everybody. Today is September 10th, Monday, 2018. My name is Jeremy. Welcome. This is my first cup of coffee. And I completely blew that intro. Ooh. Oh, man. Hope you had a good weekend. I had a pretty good weekend. I, for the first time, hiked the tallest mountain in Vermont, Mount Mansfield. It's weird. I haven't done that before, but I just hadn't. So now I have. Was it 4,200 feet? 4,400 feet? Not that big as mountains go, but for us, it's what we got. Oh, my knees are feeling it. That's okay. Um, yeah. I don't know. There were a couple events this weekend. We had some members of the team at. And, it's really fun to see these posts on social media of these people that you care about, that you work to help in whatever way you can, doing well. I'm absolutely not taking credit for anyone else's success, but it's nice to know that I'm on the path with them, that we're on the path with them, and supporting them where we can. And I hope that as whistlekick grows, no, scratch that. I know as whistlekick grows, and we can afford to do more, we will do more. I'm committed to helping these martial artists go as far as they want to in competition. Because when I was a teenager, I didn't have anybody to do that for me. I competed, I trained. But the economics of traveling for events is crazy. Oh, coffee is the best. What else happened this weekend? Went to the gym. Got a message from Sean. Sean, can you send me another email, please? So, all right. Let's see. What else happened this weekend? Ate at some great restaurants, hung out with some friends, went to the gym. That was kind of an interesting thing. So, let me tell you guys about my knees. This is a subject that really hasn't come up, I think, ever with anything whistlekick. My knees are not the best. And I chalk that up to martial arts. But how much, I can't say. I'm not sure. I know that in my early 20s, my difficulties with walking and stairs led me to a doctor who said the solution was to replace both of my knees. And at 22, I didn't want to replace both of my knees. That just seemed ridiculous. Fast forward through my 20s, and I pretty much just accepted that hiking meant I had to hike short trails, and I'd be out of commission for a couple days. Now, I love hiking. I love being outside. I love being in the woods. I always have. So I just kind of dealt with it. But then I read an article in, I think it was Men's Health, talking about the book Born to Run. And that started me down this rabbit hole that led me to being the first person I knew with Vibram 5-finger shoes, and changing out my entire footwear, wardrobe, whatever. And now I wear very flat shoes. If I have to wear shoes, I tend to be barefoot as much as I can. And that, coupled with some strength training, has led me to be able to hike. Now, I'm not going to lie and say that I don't still experience quite a bit of pain. In fact, coming down mountains hurts a lot. But I do better when I'm barefoot, and when I'm not barefoot, I'm wearing very thin, very flat, minimalist boots. And I felt good enough yesterday that I went to the gym. Now my knees were a little creaky, but once they warmed up, they were fine. And that was the first time I'd ever experienced that. So it's not just the knees, it's not just the stuff that I'm dealing with, and the stuff I've done with shoes. But it seems pretty clear to me that the strength training I've focused on over the last year has made a big difference. One of the things that we tend to think as martial artists is that everything to better us inside training, inside the dojo, training academy, whatever, all we need to do is what's in those four walls. And that the things we do outside have little to do with what's going on inside there. And that's just not true. Even if we look at it physically, only the physical component, cross training, whether it's conditioning like running and biking, or strength training, or proper nutrition, sleep, stretching, makes a difference. When we talk about physical practice outside, working on our forms or combinations or whatever as having an impact. I mean, I've said that I don't know anyone who's reached the rank of black belt who hasn't spent time training outside of classes. But if you really want martial arts to be part of your life, you have to make martial arts part of your life. And so this kind of experience over the last 24, 36 hours with my knees just really has my head spinning about what that might mean and where I might get to with my knees. It's pretty amazing to think that here I am knocking on 40 and my knees are in better shape than when I was 22, and even than last year. I mean, that's crazy to me. But it reminds me that, yeah, there are physical limitations, but there's always a way. There's always a way forward if you're willing to work, if you're willing to be honest. I don't know, it's exciting. No knee replacements for me. So what does that mean? That means that, well, first, it drives me nuts when I see people dismissing their physical bodies and saying that, oh, it's because I'm old, or oh, because of this injury, or oh, that. And they give up. And they say, because of such and such that happened, they won't be able to do whatever again. And it's not true. If you give up, it's true. But there's always a way. Let's take an extreme example. I'm not going to make it to the NBA. I am physically predisposed to be not good at basketball, being that I'm 5'7". I've also never been very good at basketball. But I believe wholeheartedly that if I trained enough, I could become good enough that when I played pickup or rec league basketball, which I don't do, I used to, I have no doubt I could become good, and good enough that people would say, wow, he's really good. I also have complete beliefs that if I spent the time training for it, I could dunk a basketball. Not as far off as you might think. But very few people my age, my height, would ever think that those things were possible. I've seen enough stuff happen in the world that shouldn't be possible that I just don't use that word. There's a line, I don't tend to bring my musical interest into anything with whistlekick too often, but there's a line that I've always really enjoyed in I believe it's in a Kanye West song, but it's from Jay-Z, and he says, difficult takes a day, impossible takes a week. And yeah, that there's arrogance in that line. But shouldn't you have so much confidence in yourself and who you are and what you can accomplish that you border on arrogance? I think so. Doesn't mean you have to let people see it. So that's what I got for you today. I hope you have a great day. I'm going to go finish this cup of coffee, and I'm going to attack Monday. Take care. See you tomorrow. Peace.